How dumb are you people? Let me ask you that. I'm not even doing my usual intro. If you don't know me, my name's Count Blagrath, and I'm annoyed. So, Wintersun, if you don't know who they are, you're living under a rock, um, are doing another crowdfunding campaign. This time to reach an absolutely asinine goal of, I believe, 150,000 euro. I have no issue with crowdfunding. Some of them I think are kind of dumb when bands do it. I feel like you should, fund your own shit if you're in a band, and especially if you're signed to a label, you shouldn't be begging for money like Wintersun. But here's where I'm getting pissed. And I'm getting pissed at the fans for allowing this shit, for eating this shit up. And if you're a fan of Wintersun and you donated to this, you're a fucking idiot, and I hold no apologies for that. You have to, if you want the new album, I can't believe I'm saying this. If you want the new album, you got to give them 50 euro and you'll get a digital version. Now, granted, it's going to be super high quality MP3s and master files and remasters of the other albums, but you're paying $50 for fucking files on your computer. Not only that, but if they don't reach their goal, they won't release their new album, The Forest Seasons. So they're holding their new album at ransom. Fuck that. If you are a Wintersun fan with any fucking brain matter, two brain cells to rub together, don't support this. Because this is a bullshit practice being done. They are literally saying, if you don't give us money right now, you're not going to get the new album. Well, not for years and years. Reason being, they need to build their own studio, because why would you go to a studio like a normal band? Why would you, travel? And to build them a practice space, because why would you rent one? It's not like a lot of bands out there rent them. Fuck them, right? It's Wintersun. They're above that. Yari's a god. Well, I got a little bit of news for you guys. He's fucking not, and he's a fucking idiot for doing this. This is how you don't manage your band 101. They already did one crowdfunding campaign, and I don't remember how that ended, but I believe they ended up getting the money, and it was for Time 2. And they announced, we're going to put out a new album, but it's not Time 2. What a surprise. Nobody's ever going to hear Time 2. And at this point, I don't think too many people give a shit about Time 2. Because when I was into them in high school, when I got this 2006 Wintersun self-titled, this is a special tour edition. I believe it was in 2007, maybe 2008, they announced Time. And I remember being excited and being disappointed. And here we are, about 10 years later, and we have half an album called Time 1, and it's not bad, but it's not great. Now, in order to make it great, though, they need 150, they need, realistically, according to their video, they need over $200,000 to buy the property and to build a studio and have the building built and all that shit. And I'm sitting here thinking to myself, I could name probably 100 bands off the top of my head that have self-recorded and created some truly huge sounding recordings at home on a minimal budget. I know of bands that do what it takes to rehearse, and they will pay for the rehearsals. I mean, they said themselves they sold over 100,000 albums worldwide. Now, sure, that's not a huge number. And at this point, I'm regretting being part of those numbers, of being two out of that 100,000. And now, sure, the label gets a cut and whatnot. But at the same time, you work a job, you can save your money, you can pay for your own shit. Wintersun are a bunch of entitled babies that want their fans to pay their way like Naya Bliv of fucking Scars, and fuck them for their bullshit too. We want to be musicians for a living. Well, you know what? You don't have the right to be a musician for a living unless you bust your fucking ass at it like all the bands that laid the foundation before you. I hold no sympathy to bands like this. I hold no sympathy to the fans that donate. And if you're watching this video and you're thinking about donating, save your €50. Buy a record. Get something. Don't support this crowdfunding campaign because they're literally holding an album at ransom. And to me, that is fucked up, and that's why I'm pissed that these guys would have the balls to pull something like that. I'm only keeping my voice down because it's 1 in the morning right now. But I want to spread the word to all of you and let you know my thoughts on this, which is fuck Wintersun. And if you're a fan that donated to this, fuck you, because you're part of the problem and you're going to keep these entitled babies thinking that it's okay to hold your fucking album at ransom. And it's not. I don't support it. You shouldn't support it. Save your €50. Get something nice for yourself. And that's all I'm going to say. Thank you for watching. Thank you for subscribing. And I'll see you in the next video.